Hello there, YouTube. We got a new patch coming out on the 21st. This is the real one. There's no Zeus in here. Instead, we have Geb, Egyptian god of Earth, and he is our new legendary. So in 7 days, we get the pull for him. You can save up the tickets. Don't look at me. I don't have any. Let's see what Geb, also known as by his humany name. I guess the humans are not the gods. They're just chosen by the gods. But Geb has chosen the human Ahmed to be his Esper, and he will heal a lot. His first ability is based on his attack and his hit points, and he heals whoever has the lowest health by a portion of the damage he does. His passive heals an ally with the lowest hit points each time Geb actively casts a healing ability. If the target suffers from max hit point penalty, yada yada. Where's one of these guys? I have one of these guys. So, Luu Yan, his third skill, gives you disease and lowers your hit point ceiling by 30%. Yep. So Geb will reverse that lowering of the hit point ceiling. It doesn't tell you how much of it he reverses. Could be 5%, could be half. I don't know, but he slowly he helps reverse it a little bit by a percentage, and then he applies a stack of supporting song, and supporting song just is a damage buff. So the more he heals you, the weaker you are. If your hit point threshold is below a percentage, thanks for the clarity, which is basically none, that's sarcasm. So yeah, if your hit points are low enough, he'll give you 2 stacks of supporting song, so you'll do even more damage than if you only had the 1 stack of it. It's some kind of stacking damage buff. He also removes disease debuffs. So he's going to remove a disease debuff, and he's going to counter your hit point ceiling being lowered. Why do we need a legendary for the sole purpose of countering Luu Yan? I don't know, because it's not like this guy is that powerful. He's just a bad healer. That's all I ever use him for. I use him when I'm desperate for a healer. And now we have a legendary just for countering him. Okay then. His third ability, World Stage, reduces all ability cooldowns for allies and heals the ally with the lowest hit point a certain number of times. Love the specificity, whatever. Love the specifics they give you. Just a certain number of times. Each time restoring their hit point equal to a portion of the caster's max hit points. They tell you nothing. Will not be affected by unit abilities. What does that mean? The cooldown will not be affected by unit abilities. So it reduces ability cooldowns, but it will not be affected by unit abilities. I guess he can't lower his own. I guess he can't lower his own. Or Unky Chai can't lower this. Something like I don't know what to make of that. Reduces ability cooldowns for all allies and heals the allies with the lowest hit points a certain number of times. Will not be affected by unit abilities. The cooldown will not be affected by unit abilities. I don't know what that means. You get them from the gold records. Good luck with that. You're not getting squat. We all know it. Next guy, Dionysus, the god of wine, has given his gift, his blessings to Stuart. And Stuart is a fighter, a drunken fighter. Stuart, legend of the drunken boxer. Stuart's first ability, Down Your Cups, deals damage to an enemy with a chance of inflicting sleep. His second ability, Sound Dreams, deals damage to an enemy if the target's hit points falls below a certain percentage of the attack. After the attack, inflicts sleep. His third ability, Time Vortex, deals damage to an enemy at the cost of the caster's current hit points. Whoa. So Stuart's useless. When landing a crit, deals damage to the target based on their max hit points. Cannot exceed the caster's attack. That's... Why make an attack do damage based on the boss's hit points if it cannot exceed a certain percentage of your attack damage? I don't understand the limitation on that. Yeah. Attack inflicts sleep on both the caster and the target, which is kind of lame. Deals damage to the enemy after ascension. Deals damage to the enemy. Yada 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 yada. Uses soundly dreams to counterattack if the caster is woken up from sleep. So he punches you, knocks you out. He falls asleep. If you wake him back up, he'll punch you again. It's pretty cool, but he's doing damage to himself with his third skill. So he's going to go in there, he's going to pop somebody, he's going to weaken himself, and then the rest of the enemy team is just going to finish him right off because he's already damaged himself. He's already easy pickings. He's a terrible character for PvP. All these characters that damage themselves, the one thing I have learned from the Hollow battle is that my odds of being one shot are pretty damn good. I get one shot in there a lot, and I one shot other people quite a lot. So if the first thing your character does is inflict damage to themselves, they're going to get one shot. He's not going to be good. It's blind man can see this guy coming. He's a 4-star infernal attuned Esper. Ahmed is a wind attuned, and the purples are still don't have any good ones. They still smell like poo-poo. They all stink. So new features. We got the Divine Sequencer. If you have any of these 3-star guys laying around, save them. You'll be able to throw them into the wood chipper. Not those 3 stars. There you go. If you have any Jean or leftover Unky Chai or Leons or whatever, you'll throw them in the wood chipper and they'll give you a currency, and you can use the currency to buy records. And other fabulous prizes, no doubt. We're going to have a new event called the Charity Show with lots of fabulous prizes and lots of story. Lots of story for the Charity Show. Ahmed probability up from here to here. During the event, the chance of summoning Ahmed from Echo Spins is increased. The chance of getting legendary Esper Ahmed is increased to 10%. If you haven't obtained him after 450 summons, the next legendary Esper summoned is guaranteed to be Ahmed. So it's only going to cost you 451 summons to get yourself an Ahmed, which is half as much as the last guy. Ali took 900, I think. So yeah, 10% chance of getting him. Yeah, I don't have any tickets. What do I care? The bonus chance of summoning Ahmed expires as soon as you get him. During the event, you can claim gold records and legendary ability mon after spinning enough times. Following rule still applies to the event. 1 Esper is guaranteed in the next summoning after 119 unsuccessful attempts. That could be any Esper, not just him. So you're only going to get a chance of getting one of him at 451, and then you're back to, it might as well be standard issue. Yeah, everything's back normal after that, except for you'll still have a 10% chance of pulling it whenever you hit that. When you hit 119 unsuccessful attempts, your 120th attempt will still have a 10% chance of pulling him. It's just Not good. Added bounty mission review feature, so you can review the stories in the bounties. That's pretty cool. Quick jump feature for Esper deployment. When deploying Espers, hold a deployed Esper and tap Enhance to jump to the growth screen of this Esper. So that would be like when forming teams, you'll be able to quickly jump in and see what details about them, I guess. That is pretty useful. Name cards. La 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 la. Name card. Level up optimization. We get new colors for the Starrymon. Story changes. 712 easy mode is made easier. Infinite miracle changes. Spatial tower rewards. Players will be compensated based on an increase in rewards. Increased temporal tower rewards. Players can get more record fragments after July 1st. Esper and growth screen optimization. Filter button in Esper info and growth screens now unfolds by default when tapped. Who cares? Players can now enter ripples when tapping on a banner in the world chat. Isn't that how you always always did it that way? Optimize refresh mechanism for the cube shop. Items for sale in the shop will refresh every 14 days. Slightly reduce the chance of getting a 5-star relic from the online shop in early stages, which makes sense because you can't afford them anyway. To stop the rare cases of battles lasting too long, enemies will deal more damage per turn after 500 turns in PvE battles. Alrighty, everything else in here is kind of lame. Esper balance changes. Zhang Zhuan. Is he my guy? Do I have him? Exciting. Isn't it exciting? You get to watch. No, I don't have him. Alright, so Zhang Zhuan deals... God, that still sounds familiar to me. 120% attack to the target, plus damage equal to 50% of attack to 2 random enemies, and afterward he will do 80% of attack to 2 random enemies. Imbues damage with all current enhanced. Everything else is the same. Zhang Zhuan. Is that the... I don't know. Old ability number 2. Grants a shield that absorbs damage equal to 10% of max hit points for 2 turns. Each enhancement increases the shield value by 5%, and after the change will amplify his attack by 10%. So nothing really special there. Just damage, straight up damage buffs to Zhang Zhuan. Hercules, the man that no one builds because he's terrible. Old ability, damage to 130% for his first attack, plus 5% for every 10% of his own hit points that have been lost. Everything's the same, except for now he will gain a shield equal to 50% of this ability's damage for 2 turns. Useful. So, I mean, it's only 130% of his attack plus 10% of the damage lost. And then he pops a shield for half of the damage he did, which is going to weaken the damage he does for the next attack, because his damage is based on him taking damage. So he's such a terrible character. So now he's going to have a shield, so he's not going to do more damage. Just terrible. His ability 3. This is his big nuke. And then his passive is if he gets a kill, he attacks people. So his old ability 3 dispels all debuffs from one enemy, dealing damage equal to 270% attack, and suffers 30% true damage without being killed. After Ascension, gives himself attack up and crit up. His new one, he gives himself attack up and crit up, and dispels all debuffs from an enemy, deals damage equal to 270%, suffers 30% true damage without being killed. Nothing changes except for you don't have to ascend it. His new After Ascension change reduces this ability's cooldown by 1 when the enemy has not been defeated. He still sucks, is complete trash, garbage. You should not build him. He's useless. One of the worst in the game. What are they thinking? The problem with Hercules is you attack. You look at the holo battles. Your odds of being one shot in there are pretty good. If you, where is he? I might as well bring him up. I make such terrible videos because I just yell at the thing and there's nothing here going on. Where are you, stupid? Here's stupid. So the problem with stupid is he attacks and he ends up doing 30% of the damage to himself. Just leaves himself completely open to being one shot. And the holo battles taught us all it's pretty easy to be one shot. It's easy to one shot somebody, and it's easy to get one shot. You just die in there so fast. I mean, speed meta. The other team just goes. And yeah, this idiot hurting himself in order to do damage, lackluster damage. I mean, it's not like his damage holds a candle to this little guy. His third, he's doing 270% damage. This little guy's doing 300%. And he's not hurting himself to do it. Hercules just a terrible character. The fact that they left that in there, trash character. Don't. Death Guard Baal. Is that the twin? Why am I always looking for a twin? What is the twin? I have to look him up and see what his name is. Yeah. G-U-G-G. G-U-G-G. Yeah, that's him. What a horrible name. Anyway, so here's my twin. Attacks an enemy dealing damage equal to 100% of attack. Same as it was, with a 40% chance of reducing their AP by 10%. The new one is a 75% chance of reducing their AP by 20%. If his sister's around, he'll attack 2 other people. Old ability. His third skill would give speed up and then attacking an enemy twice. His new one grants speed up, attacks one enemy twice. The old one dealt 120% of attack and stole 10% of their AP. The new one does 120% of attack, and his first hit steals 20% of their AP, so twice as much. And the second hit increases all of the target's debuff durations for 1 turn. Alright. Zelmer, the girl who should have been purple, but instead was useless. Wind. Deals damage equal to 250% of attack to the target. If target is debuffed, attack deals 20%. No one stuff does 20%. Damage per debuff up to 120%. Bonus damage per debuff is capped at 120%. So they capped her damage at 120%. I mean, you would need 6 debuffs in order to get to that damage cap. It's not much of a change at all. It's because somebody figured out how to one-shot a boss with her, and even though it was completely random in luck, they gotta freak out over it. Unky Chai. Old ability, attack up to the team. Reduces ability cooldowns if the teammate by 1 turn if attack buff is already up. New attack buff up to the team. Reduces ability cooldowns for a teammate for 1 turn if the attack buff is up. And the cooldown will not be affected by unit abilities. I don't know what that means. It's a nerf. I don't know what it means though. Not happy. He didn't need a nerf. Freya, my favorite girl. Attack damage to an enemy with a 70% chance of granting speed up buff for 2 turns? Really? That's her first ability to speed up? I had no idea. Her with a 70% chance of doing speed up. Now it has a 25% chance of gaining an extra turn. Yeah, I guess. Ability 2 purifies all debuffs from a teammate and grants them Bazinga's Watch for 2 turns. The new one purifies all debuffs from an enemy, reduces their ability cooldowns for a turn, and grants them Bazinga's Watch for 2 turns. So, where are you at, Freya? What's this Bazinga's Watch? Grants 15% bonus AP at the end of each teammate turn. She's pretty awesome. So yeah. Ability cooldown reduction for 1 turn. That just gives her a lot more use. This is on a 3-turn cooldown. So every 3 turns she's going to lower everybody's cooldowns by 1 turn. Just yeah, much better. Oh, Bazinga's Watch has been changed. Bazinga's. Bazinga Men's. Yeah, okay, it is Bazinga Men's. Bonus AP, 15% AP at the end of each teammate's turn. That's the same. Cannot be debuffed. Okay, so they can't remove it. Bug fixes. Jin Yao, Queen Mother's passive not correctly triggering. The hit point regen passive should be triggered under any conditions, instead of only triggering when a debuff is cleared. Yeah, she's pretty annoying as it is. Fixed an issue with Bondina's Poseidon's passive, sometimes not choosing the right target. It should prioritize targets with buffs. Man, that is a lot to take in. That's got a huge patch. No wonder it gets a downtime with it. All right, my own head's swimming after reading all that. So I assume your heads are swimming from listening to it all. Yeah, Ahmed looks good. Looks like a good healer. Stuart looks lame. Looks like a lousy damage dealer. He just looks to me like another Hercules. He's just gonna be trash. I don't like the fact that, you know, damaging themselves. It's just not worth the effort. The big winner in all of the stuff. There's not a lot going on there. all them bug fixes. It's not a lot going on there. Freya's definitely coming out of it with some utility use. Should be more than just a, you know, opening salvo for your PvP team. She'll actually have some use in game after that. I think she's like the new Unky Chai. Definitely has some. Man, and on top of that, she's boosting AP every turn. She's gonna be good. All right, so after all that, I'm exhausted. There's your update. All right, all. Later. I need a break. Later.